Can you see it? I don't know if you can or not. Is that better? I need a light on. I was gonna say my light don't work. There we go. Power washer motor. Is it what we think it is? I've been lucky in the last few of them. Yeah, working out here in this 90-degree temperature, which is what, about 34 C, something like that. It's warm. You get a nice breeze coming through the door beside you. Always get the copper off the brushes. It's a little strand. And then you get the brass. It's a little chunk. And get that little chunk out. There's a little clip right there. You give it a whack inside, and you should be able to pull it right out. See? Check with a magnet. Sometimes they fool you. And the reason why I gotta take the brushes out is because the screws to take this off are in underneath. And most of the time they are Phillips. A little higher speed there. That's just plastic. I took everything out of it. Those are the only things that were left. A couple long screws. And look. Oh, we got a motor. I think this one's going to be copper too, like the last few have been. Looks like copper to me. And this guy's, of course, always copper. It's just plastic, nothing in there. You got your copper rotor, got big holes in it, so it shouldn't be too hard to pull them out. You only have to burn this one. Just cut, pull them out. And of course you all know about the copper where the brushes roll on. That little bucket of mine's been getting bigger too. Yes, I know. I've had a lot of people, Jesus Christ, why don't you just use a tool? Well, you know me and power tools. I only use them if really needed. And something as easy as this, they're not really needed. You know? I don't think they are. There's nothing to do with strong wrists or anything. It's just how you go about it. So you get those out. Don't lay them across because then you cut them again. Bigger screwdriver. There's a hole right underneath. It helps you bust the plastic off. See? That plastic's out of your way and now you can get at that nice copper. Can't put the plastic in your jug anyway, so as the cleaner you bring it, the happier they are. And you just start cutting it. If that was aluminum, I could have did the whole thing in one shot. Copper's a little stronger. I always bend them up, that way they come out the other end easier because the hole's straight down, right? A little bits at a time. Yeah, I'm wearing a different pair of gloves. When it gets a little bit warmer out, I put on a baggier pair of gloves. Otherwise you can't get your hands out. If you got a scritching eyeball or something, you know, pick your nose, whatever. I like to be able to get at it. So yeah, you can use a screwdriver, curve in from one to the other. See, straightens them right out. Flip it over. Nice little angled pry bar. As long as you can get in there. It lets you do all the, it does all the work. Makes it easier on you. Boom, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And the same on this side. Try to take all that. This don't matter, it's just a little piece of tape. Voila! One clean motor. In the bucket you go. More garbage. It's all over the place. So that was a gooder. Copper. Now this guy's got extra trinkets on him. Look at all that brass on there. You always want to be careful when you do a power washer. You always got oil in them, and you can tell which ones have been. Here, it's still pumping. Allen keys. Everybody, I think you all know, I found these. I got two of them. One's metric, one is not. They're made by Eklund Tool, Chicago, Illinois, USA. This is the metric one. This is the imperial one. Thank you for spooking me, you little shit. And all the measurements are written right on there. I don't know how well you can see that, but they're written on there, both of them. And it's one or the other. This guy. Oh, I think the bearing broke. Yep. The bearings can't handle a lot of stress. There we go. I have to break it anyways to get it apart. So. And there. And that'll be just on the shaft. Because you'll see later on. Because there's a Allen screw in there. That's too big. There's an Allen screw in there that you need to finish the job. If you don't seem like your Allen screw goes in all the way, make sure it's in. These aren't metric, so we use the imperial one. There we go. Make sure it's in there snugly, because otherwise you strip the screw. Then you're in big poo-poo. So how do you fix that, right? If you want to keep the cast aluminum, you need that screw out of there. So, these are going in good, so. Yeah, this is part of that hoard I have laying beside the big door here. There's some nasty little things in here that are hard to get out. Little plastic inserts. They can be a pain. This guy's got to come off because he's actually extruded. You can see the color difference. Cast is always a grayish color. And cast always has a seam because it's in a mold, hence cast. Extruded is just pushed through a machine, you know, like you used to do when you were kids and you had Play-Doh and you had that machine to make spaghetti. Extruded. Okay, I'm not going to take the last one off yet because I need these guys out. That one takes the bigger guy. These are brass. A lot of times these things are aluminum. These are little adjustment. This is what adjusts your pressure on a power washer. If you know much about them, you can make any power washer stronger or weaker than what it is. I've just been dinged. It's the boss. She wants to know if her package arrived yet. She's back to work, by the way. She ordered something online last week and she's been waiting for it to show up. And it's only coming from Toronto. I'll give her a quick answer here. Funny, eh? Things are starting to open up, and now the COVID cases are getting higher and higher. Gonna be on lockdown again. Total 100% lockdown. You wait and see. Everybody that has it, a lot of people don't know what the hell. Like, look at down in the States there. I'm not blaming the States, it just seems to be on the news more. Nobody seems to know how to distance themselves. I don't get it. Apparently people like this lockdown crap. Oh, there's one right there. I didn't see that guy. Come on. Oh, look what's missing on you. Oh, come on, let go. I lost a nut on here. Oh. I'll be a... I bet you I've thrown you in the bucket already. I have to find another one. Or actually I could just, no, not big enough. I was thinking just bugger up the screws on here. It's not like I'd ever take this thing apart. You know? Around here somewhere. I just now noticed it. Well, I have some of those little drawer thingies, and they got lots of nuts and bolts in them, so maybe I'll find another one. Yeah, like I said to our kid, if you're watching, bench vise and a good pair of channel locks, adjustable pliers, whatever you want to call them. It's a really handy tool. There, that's extruded aluminum. Sometimes they look like galvanized steel, or they could be galvanized steel. Okay, we got whatever that was. Oh, him and him yet. That one's going to be a little tricky. Put it on low gear if you got a tight bolt. Oh, that felt nice and cold. It was blowing on my... Thanks. You're welcome, honey bun. So you think this COVID crap will be done and over with by next year, May? My wife and I plan on going on our second honeymoon. If the lockdown keeps going, we can't go where we got married. That's what we want to do. Or where we had our first honeymoon, we want to go back. Maybe 35 years ago next year, since it was put on paper. Now you brass is such a little guy. Yes, you are. I'll put you away right away before I lose you. One more piece. This guy right here. Have to adjust the pliers properly. Hopefully you come out. Oh yes. Sometimes the brass corrodes in the hole, right? Yeah, I was on that stream of e-waste Mike the other day. I was a little fortunate to have to just happen to turn the computer on, and boom, it was, hey, e-waste Mike is streaming. So I've been wanting to catch him live on a stream, like face to face. And for now, that's the closest we're gonna get. Got a haircut, just like everybody else is getting haircuts. Even Captain Kirk or Captain Jerk. You see, he got found by a lawnmower also. That's good. Everything out of there? What's in there yet? Little rubber seal. There we go. Yeah, it's just reminding me that I didn't answer the first time. So that's all brass. And the bucket, these, don't put them in there yet. They need their little rubber washers taken off. Okay, now we can get that last screw out yet. What's in there? What we got in there? Where's my side cutters? I took this. That ain't gonna work. Can I get you in there? No, I can't get you in there either. You know those pliers suck because they never stay together. Okay, I'll figure you out later. I need to get this last one undone. This is the one when you have one left. It's spring loaded, so have an eye. You just hang on to it. It won't shoot like a rocket. You just gotta hang on to it. Be careful. There's 3 little pistons in there that power your water. That do the pumping. Come on. Okay. That will. Oh, that's water dripping out. There's your pistons. Those are the guys that do all the work. They can just go directly in your scrap bucket. You just pop right out. Get the rubber seal off. Get that screw out. See? You just pop right out. There's a little bit of oil on them. There's water on this end. There's little plastic sleeves in there that gotta come out. They just pop right out. See? That's it. It's 3 of them. 3 sets. So now you got clean aluminum. Cast, of course. That's all I ever get anymore is cast aluminum. It ain't worth a whole pile. Now this guy's got oil in it. I have a can over here to drain the oil in. Oop. Always a couple bearings that fall out. I don't know if you can see that where I did it. Yep, that little manwich can. It's draining the oil in it. If you want, you can lay a tray down. I have one. Catch the oil, contains the oil, keeps your bench from getting dirty. Especially if you have a wooden bench, you never get the oil cleaned up. So now we gotta finish taking him apart. Oh, the spacers are popping out. Come on. I think they're aluminum, these guys. I don't know. They throw you off all the time. They're just aluminum. One took off on the floor. Yes, baby. All aluminum. I don't know if they got anything on them or if they're just stained. Yeah, there's something on them. Can't see it very well. They're hard to hold. Yeah, there we go. Little rubber gasket. You always try to make sure your stuff's clean. I do anyways. The piece went in dirty. It's by pure accident. I didn't see it. Not because I'm lazy. Because if I'm lazy, I'll do it later on. Like I can just throw these in the bucket and have it as a later doo-doo. You know, with the smalls. But sometimes stuff like this is just stained black. It looks like a gasket. There you go. That'd be extruded, because that's what they are. Your yard might be different. I don't know. You know what's holding you on? It shouldn't be. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing. I took your little screw out. Okay, there's more little dewies in here. They need to come right out. And that's empty for you. So now we just need to get those guys out and those guys out. Now I have a cute little pair of needle nose pliers. I don't know where they came from because I would never buy them. They actually work pretty good for getting this stuff out. See? And you got to take those plastic things out because there's a steel spring inside of them. But they're just the right size to go in and grab a hold of these little guys, see? Don't squeeze too hard. Needle nose pliers are the stupidest tools I think going. See? It won't take it all the way out. Yeah, because it's a little rubber thing on the bottom stayed. Okay. Just water coming out. Now I have to get this guy out yet. You might come out. It looks like it's brass. You're going to come out this way. This one's actually all the way through. They normally aren't. Rounded punch. Well, that was very simple. Actually came out too easy. So now you got this little screen in here. You might be able to get away with that because there's no steel on it. It's just a screen. It's like a filter. And I do believe that was the part that attaches to the garden hose. So they're trying to keep the dirt that might be in your garden hose out. These things are just pushed in. See? That's what it is. It's a screen. So now it's clean. Just like that. Ooh-wee. You're done dripping. Okay, this one's different. There's no Allen key part to get. So I'm thinking I just got to punch you all the way through. So now I got to make sure that gear doesn't get caught on the workbench on the vise. No, I think I have you cleared. And are you going to be good enough to use? No. We're going to see if we can do it this way. It worked that way. Everybody went flying out. Bearing and all. There it is. The whole thing came out. Normally it's an Allen screw. I just have to get, there's a gasket in there. I just have to get him out yet. I like to have them held by the vise. And some of the chisels I have gotten scrapping. That's a handy little bugger, that one. Come on. There. Yep, perfect size. Some of these are real rusty. I just cleaned them up on the bench vise. See, there's that little gasket. It does have steel on it. So we are clean. That's the end of the power washer. I'll show you what it looked like starting. There's all shapes and sizes. That's all they are. Not much to it. This type, and there's another one with the nice big shell on them. This shell that's usually on the motor. Not this type of motor, it's a different motor. Okay, this type of motor. See? It came out of there. You split it, they pop right out. Yeah, it's a very heavy motor, it's all copper. I'll show you what it looks like before. I have one left. One left with the shell on. So this is a lower grade model, but I've been fortunate that these motors are actually copper. Let's check this one real quick. Oh, look at that, see? I come across one that's aluminum. So he's not very exciting. And this one. So he's got the shell on him. It's a different design. The base would almost fit, you know, because of the way they made this base. But anyways, that's what I have to do. So I got a few more of them to play with. So I'm going to continue and I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we made a long video here. Hopefully you got to see everything. I'm hoping anyways. Like, subscribe, and share or not. We are at about 94 Fahrenheit. What's that in Celsius? 33 is 88, so 35 C. Yeah, enjoy it. It's only for a couple days, and then we're back in the 70s again. So, enjoy your Monday. If you're on the American side of the network, happy Memorial Day.